Hello everyone, this is Maureen and welcome back to another day of praying through the darkness. How many times have we said to one another, how many times have we heard that one random act of kindness can change the world? I know I've said it plenty of times and I know you've heard it plenty of times, but do we really believe it? I mean, can one random act of kindness truly change the world? Well, maybe that's just too big of a picture to grasp. What if we looked at something a little bit closer to home? What if we looked at just in our community, maybe even perhaps in our own family, doing that one random act of kindness? In other words, instead of being bitter, don't. Instead of wanting to utter that harsh word of reprimand or of condemnation, don't. That one moment that we pause and, like my grandma, my mom, dad, even what I've said to my children at times, think for a moment, what would Jesus do? Do you think that he would berate? Do you think he would lash out? Do you think that he would scorch the very earth where someone is standing? No. Christ would show mercy. Christ would show love. And that's what we are to do. Not only just through those random acts of kindness that we do for others, but also think about it for yourself. How many times do you berate yourself? How many times do you put yourself down? Whether you utter the words or they float around up in here. How many times do you choose the path of harm rather than good? You may not always think about it, may not even think that what you're doing is harmful, but there is always a better way for us to respond, for us to act. In fact, in James chapter 2, verse 13, we hear these words, "Judgment will be without mercy to anyone who has not shown mercy, for mercy triumphs over judgment." Think about that for just a minute. If you and I are unwilling to show kindness, love, forgiveness to others, then what's God going to do for us? Now, God does love us, and He does forgive us, but God also expects for us to do the exact same thing, and I know that's hard. I mean, I'm talking to myself just as much as I'm talking to you. Many times we lash out in anger before we think about what we're getting ready to say. And you know as well as I do that once those words are out of your mouth, you cannot bring them back in. Words hurt. That's why we should always pause. Many times, even by not saying words, the look on our face says it all, doesn't it? Yeah? That look on your face just told me everything that I needed to know. And many times it's hard to control what our face is saying, isn't it? But still, we need to get into the habit so that it becomes second nature to us to be just like Jesus, showing compassion and love to one another, being willing to take that random act of kindness and shower it on everyone, no matter their station in life, no matter what they have done to us. And I know that that is very, very hard to do, to show love and kindness, even forgiveness, because it's not in our nature. But if we are in God's nature, if we are His child of God, if we are a child of God, and we truly are allowing Him to live in our lives, to live through us, then there is no room for hurtful words. There is no room for no forgiveness. So, find and choose. Take a stand. Walk the better way. Walk the way of Jesus. And let Him show you, fill you with that love and kindness that you need to help to make the world a better place to live in. Mercy is the way of the cross. So when I follow you, Jesus, I see there is no other way to live like you unless I am choosing to continually live in love. That sounds easy, but it is for sure the most costly way. When I lay down my life in love, I forgive instead of seeking revenge. I am kind to those who ridicule me, and I sacrifice my own comfort for the truth. Love is not a flighty idea, but a grounded surrounding. It is also the better way. Your word says that I will be judged according to how I judge. This brings me pause. Am I living with mercy as my covering, or am I keeping love at a distance by judging others continuously? Merciful God, you are the way, the truth, and the life. So as I live in your example, I will find the fullness of my life lies in you. Help me to choose kindness instead of harsh criticism, and may my heart remain humble in your love as I learn to let go of my own hurt and rejection. Fill my heart with the love you have for me today, Lord, so that I may share it with others. What a wonderful thought. Fill my heart with the love that you have for me today so that I can share it with others. Because you know, folks, if God can love me just as I am, and if God can love you just as you are, can't we choose to love each other as He loves us? Stop and think about it. As always, thank you so much for joining me today. And remember that this devotional comes to you from this little blue book that's put out by Broad Street Publishers. You'll find a link for it down in the description box if you choose to go and purchase it to add to your own devotional library. Please be sure to hit that like button. And if this was your first time here, I'm so happy that you came in and joined us for these words today. Please be sure as well to hit that subscribe button and look for the bell with those cute little hugs on the side, because they'll let you know every time I upload devotionals. And speaking of devotionals, I do hope that you'll come back, because tomorrow we're going to be looking at profound wisdom. Isn't that wonderful? What can we do with the profound wisdom that God gives us? I hope you come back to join me to see what we can do with that. As always, when the chaos of this world wants to come in and shatter everything that you know, don't let it. God's there. He loves you, and He has more important things for you to do than to listen to the chaos. And remember, folks, I love you. So I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.